Most of us are comfortable when in private, but what happens when we step into the public eyes?
Miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you.
Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is still Ogenwadiliora. This channel is all about dreaming again. When dream don't come to pass, dream again. Irrespective of where you are or what you've been through, you can move forward again. Today we'll be talking about growing in public. That means growing in public eyes. In life, God normally hides us for a certain period of time, depending on what He has called you to do. There's always that time of growing in the secret. But after that time, God launches us now into our assignment. Just like in farming, we see the farmer or whoever is planting seed. That I do it sometimes. You want to plant a particular seed. You first of all put that seed in a nursery to get the seedling before you actually transplant it to where you want it to be. It might be in the garden, it might be in the field, but there's a certain period where you take the seed, you plant it in a nursery so that you get the seedling. It depends on the type of plant and what you want to achieve. There are some vegetables I tried for some time in my garden. It didn't grow up immediately. What I had to do now was I gave it to someone and the person helped me put it into a nursery. And it grew, the seedling came up after some days. And the person gave it to me and I planted back in my garden and it came out nice. God transplants us from the secret into the field, which most of the time is the stage, into the public eye, where more people, when I say public, means that more people are seeing you now. Before you were there hidden in the secret, but now you've been introduced and more eyes are on you. And that God puts you now in the public doesn't mean you stop growing. Like I said, when the farmer transplants that seedling from the nursery into the field, it doesn't mean the plant will stop growing. It means that now you have to grow more. So you are still growing. You will make mistakes. And public eye means that more eyes are on you. People are focusing on you. People will be talking about you. People will be criticizing you. Everybody will have opinion about you. Before you used to do it quietly, make your mistake quietly. Nobody hears about it. Now you make mistake. Everybody sees it. People have certain expectation of you. They are talking about you. People are watching you. You are growing now, but growing in public. And most often we find it challenging, especially in the time we are in. With the social media, any little thing is out there. Oh, he's not supposed to behave like this. I thought he's a Christian. I thought she's a Christian. I thought she's a woman of God. People have expectation of how you should behave, how you should act. Yet you are growing. You are like every other human being. That you are on the stage doesn't take away your weakness. That you are gifted, you are doing so and so doesn't take away your weakness. You are still growing, working on yourself. And God expects you to grow. One thing I want to let you know, when you are already in the field, when God to introduce you, when God brings you out, is this: you are expected to grow. Grow anyway. Like that plant, one, you are expected to grow. That God put you in the public eye doesn't mean you should stop growing. God is still caring for you. God is still working on you. God still have your back. God is still with you. He has not left you. Irrespective of what people are saying, irrespective of their opinion about you, God is still with you. So you have to grow, knowing that God is by your side. There's a common proverb that says, a rolling stone gathers no moss. A rolling stone gathers no moss. That proverb used in the form of metaphor, like to show that a person who is wandering or moving from place to place cannot achieve more. Maybe you are moving from job to job, or just a person who is not taking responsibility cannot achieve more. But I want to look at that proverb in its original form. That proverb says, a rolling stone gathers no moss. Moss is a slow growing organism and it doesn't thrive where there's distraction. So when the stone keep rolling, a moss doesn't grow on it. In this discussion, let's take moss to mean like gossip, slander, so many attack on someone that is growing publicly. When you keep moving, you don't have time for those things to build. gossip, slander, backbiting, all these things thrives when you stop. The intention of the enemy is to stop you. And refuse to be stopped. Continue growing, continue succeeding. You mustn't respond to every criticism. Don't live your life based on expectation of people. What did God tell you? What is God expecting from you? You can't please everybody. As you are working in the plan of God for your life, the right people will come and join you. The right people, you'll be blessing them. But like the story, look at the story of Nehemiah in Nehemiah chapter 4, when he started building the walls. That place recorded that Sanballat was angry. He was furious. And if you go through the other chapters on the book of Nehemiah, you see the plot, so many effort he put in order to stop the work. But Nehemiah refused to be distracted. It got to a time, those building with Nehemiah, some became tired. The way people working with them came to Nehemiah and started complaining. Said, these people are complaining. He said they are getting tired. And the work, they are getting tired, saying that the rubble is too much. Would they be able to finish? And Nehemiah encouraged them in Nehemiah chapter 4, verse 14. Nehemiah 4, verse 14. It says, then as I look over the situation, I called together the nobles and the rest of the people and said to them, don't be afraid of the enemy. Remember the Lord who is great and glorious, and fight for your brothers, your sons, your daughters, your wives, and your homes. One thing that interests me in that verse, Nehemiah told you, he said, fight for your daughters, fight for your sons, fight for your wives, fight for your homes. Which means you are not just doing this thing for yourself. There are people who will benefit from it. I don't know what God has called you to do. I don't know where God has placed you. I don't know the assignment God has given to you. I don't know what your gifting is. And it looks like you are growing in public and people are criticizing you. It looks like you are fighting wars. It looks like there's so much attack on you, both verbal and whatever. I say continue growing. It's not just for your benefit. Consider the people God has put in your life, and God wants to reach them through you. Consider your wives. Consider your sons. Consider your daughters. Consider your husbands. Consider your situation. Consider those around you. There are people that God has made you a blessing to. God told Abraham, he said, I will bless you. He didn't stop there. He said, I will make you a blessing. There's someone waiting to be blessed of you. There's a destiny that you need to influence. There are generations that will benefit from what you are doing now. Don't stop because of them. Fight for them. Fight for that woman who is dying. Fight for that child who is suffering. Fight for that future person that will come into your life later. Fight. Look beyond yourself. Look beyond what you are going through. There are people waiting for you to be blessed of you. There are people whose eyes, whose destinies are tied to you. Because of them, keep fighting. Don't sit down trying to respond to all this criticism. They will say what they want to say. But for the sake of those who God wants to use you to reach, keep going forward. Another thing I want to tell you, they will try to kill you. They may try. But God told us one thing. He said, surely they will gather. Which means there's no argument. People will attempt to take your life. But God said, because their gathering is not of me, they will fall for your sake. And God said, I have your back. He said, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. I love the way Pastor Chris Oyakhilome put it. He says, it's the weapon of slander, weapon of gossip, weapon of backbiting, whichever weapon. At times we think about weapon in terms of only physical weapons. There might be all these weapons, like gossiping, slander, making up stories. Someone will cook up story against you. Things you never imagined. Things you never thought about. Someone will make up stories that you yourself will like, where is this coming from? Just in a way to pull you down. Look at the state of, look at the example of Nehemiah. Sanballat, Tobias, and the colleagues, they tried so many ways to get Nehemiah, to distract them from the job. They came up with different ways, but none succeeded. They finished the work. They will make many attempts, but he who keeps you neither sleep nor slumber. Have that at the back of your mind. God is watching over you. He will never let you fail. So God says, stop watching your back. I'm watching your back. I'm not saying you should be careless, but let God direct you on what you should do. Nehemiah, they built some security. Nehemiah and his colleague, they set up some security to protect themselves. But God told you, see, I've planted you like a sheep among wolves. And I wonder which man in his right sense will take sheep and put the sheep among wolves, knowing that wolves can tear the sheep, knowing that it doesn't take the wolf anything to destroy the sheep. Because I've put you like Jesus told the disciples. He said, I'm sending you like sheep among wolves. Do you think the one that sent you there, he doesn't have plan for you? They will try to tear you apart. But he that keeps you, say he neither sleep nor slumber. Keep growing. Don't be distracted by their attempt. You are going somewhere. There are lots of people God have lined up for you to be a blessing to. In whatever field he has called you. In whatever assignment he has given to you. Don't stop growing. You will make mistake. God knows. Keep growing. Don't stop. The sky is your starting point. For the sake of those whose destiny God have tied to you, don't give up. Fulfill that destiny and let the name of the Lord be glorified. Thank you for joining me today. Until next time, bye.